Right now, I would like to show you a complete behind-the-scene footage of Final Destination Bloodlines. No fluff, no stupid intro. Let's get straight to the point. In the tattoo shop scene of Erik, you can notice fire spreading everywhere, but in reality, it was just him standing on the rotating chair with a little bit of fire set on the ground, which in post-production was made bigger in scale. This is the iconic Skyview Tower, and this is how it was created. The entire shooting was done indoor, meaning all the scenes in the balcony was also shot indoor. And you can notice a large LED display simulating the open sky. The director himself has already admitted that everything in the story, including the tower, the penny, the pinwheel, the trampoline, and more than 35 elements in the story were all made circle to symbolize the circle of life and death. This is the actual scene of people falling down, and this is how the entire thing was shot. They had to shoot the same falling scene for 5 times in a row until they got the perfect shot. Now that's called dedication. This is the notorious scene of this woman getting bashed off the tilted tower, and this is the actual set where everything was shot.
And then
the iconic lift scene in the beginning of the movie was shot inside a blue screen set. This is how it looks like in the movie when the tower was set on fire, and this is how they did it. They used 12 LED panels in the back to simulate the scene of the outside of the environment with fire. You remember the death scene of this old man, right? And this is how they actually did it. They literally used a synthetic doppelganger with his brain exposed to crush it in the lift for creating a realistic visual. Erik, despite not being part of the Campbell bloodline, had to die the most brutal death in the movie because he literally mocked the familial curse the most in the movie. And this is how the actual scene was made. You see those legs? This leg was of the stunt double, and this was Erik himself. They used a twin gap sliding plate to put the head of the stunt double inside with his legs being exposed outside. And then they put Erik's legs inside the plate with the other half of the body being exposed outside. And that's how they managed to shoot the scene where it looked a lot like Erik's spine was being snapped in half. You know that Bobby was allergic to peanut, and there's a whole ass scene on that. And guess what? The actor who played Bobby also admitted that he has peanut allergy, but not to the level it was portrayed in his character in the movie. This is exactly how Howard died in the movie. You can see the crew members pouring artificial blood into the lawnmower. This was the best death scene in the movie. And in case you're wondering exactly how they did all of this, let me just explain it in the simplest language possible. They used soft paper cuts to make it look like she was actually being crushed, while the hand that was used in the shooting was purely synthetic with fake blood. They wrote every scene of the script in such a way so that no one can predict exactly who is going to die next. You feel like Julia is about to die next, but she doesn't. Erik almost dies in the tattoo shop until he doesn't. Marty almost dies in the backyard until he doesn't. You feel like this was the end of Iris until it wasn't. The script writers of this movie really deserve a round of applause for that. The producer was really thoughtful when she decided to get back William Bloodworth in the movie. It was necessary to take a look at his backstory to understand him much better. Unfortunately, we never got to see a post-credit scene of that man. We never knew exactly how he died in the end. She is such a cutie pie. Just marry me already. She looks like a cuter version of Robert Megan. You remember this disturbing scene before Erik died, right? Now look at this.
Final Destination movie.
Sometimes visuals do more talking than mere words. You remember this final scene of the van where Charlie was trying to save his sister, right? They used an actual van full of water to shoot that scene. One of the most amazing things the director has done for the movie is that they literally hired all the previous crew members who worked for this franchise from 1997. And that really shows how serious they had been about the movie. There's a reason why this movie went blockbuster.